What's up, everybody? It's your man Segaman back here with Game Talk with Segaman. What's going on, everybody out there in these gaming streets? I'm trying to get my man Boticus in here to chop it up with me and talk about what's going on out here in these gaming streets lately. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna wait a little bit, wait for the chat to come in. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wait for the chat to come in. You know what I mean? See if my boy Hebot will join me. I sent him a link. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I hope everybody's enjoying their gaming. You know what I'm saying? Man, a lot's been going on, man. That bullshit going over there with Digital Foundry. You know what I'm saying? You know, what's his name? Richard Letterman or whatever his name is. You know what I mean? He's over there damage controlling. You know what I mean? About the parity with Assassin's Creed Valhalla on the Series X and on the PlayStation 5. But we'll try to get a little bit more into that later. You know what I mean? I'm going to see if my man Hebot can join me for a little bit. I might even try to invite my man Tuckmaster for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't busy, if anybody wants to come on, you know what I mean? Let me know. Maybe I could try to send you a link. But I've been enjoying my gaming. You know what I'm saying? I've been enjoying the Black Friday sale that's going on right now for Xbox. I bought about 7 games. You know what I mean? Yes, right. I bought like 7 games, man. They got a good sale going on. Black Friday sale games on the Xbox. Go check it out. You know what I'm saying? They have some really good deals. You know what I mean? I've been playing it's called the Serious Sam Collection. You know what I'm saying? Serious Sam was a great game on your OG Xbox and a great game on the 360. Check it out, the Serious Sam collection that just came out in new games. That's not part of the Black Friday sale, but it was damn worth it because you get like 4 games in one. 1, 2, 3, and I think there's also some lost chapters and DLC you get with that. It is I think it is 4K or HD. It looks good. I've been playing it, man. It's a non-stop shooter. Fiasco. Serious Sam, man, it's a great game, man. So if you just like just shooting all kind of zombies and aliens and shit and monsters, Serious Sam, it's a great game. Pick it up, man. You know what I'm saying? I got another game, Jumanji. You know what I'm saying? That was on sale on there. You know what I mean? Got a few games, man. You know. And then after that, if you buy like $50 worth of games, you get like 4,000 points, Microsoft points. It's either 4 or 5,000 Microsoft points. Boom, and you can add that to your Microsoft points and then go get another game card and buy some more games. That's the goodness of this Microsoft Xbox ecosystem. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm gonna try to see if I can get Hebot in here. How y'all doing, man? What's up? You know, anything you want to talk about? Talk about Digital Foundry. You know what I'm saying? Damage controlling. You know what I mean? Uh, trying to put down the Series X version of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You know what I mean? I told y'all that they were going to do this, man. I told y'all when something like this would come out, especially with Digital Foundry, those toxic trolls are going to try to run with it. You know what I mean? Every time they do something or say something about Xbox, it's coming. You know what I mean? You know it's coming, man. But yeah, man, I just been enjoying my gaming. You know what I'm saying? I've been enjoying the new games I bought. You know what I mean? But yeah, I hope everybody's enjoying their new consoles though too. I still didn't cop my Series X yet. I'm gonna have to wait. You know what I mean? So it's all good. I'm still rocking out the One X. Still looking good. Games are still great. Play good on there. You know what I'm saying? It's just having a good time. It's a great time to be gaming now. You know what I mean? We might be in another lockdown. You know what I'm saying? So you should try to buy it. You should take advantage of that Black Friday sale. Buy all the games you can, man. I got a couple more I just put in my basket. You know what I'm saying? My Microsoft shopping cart. you know, get me through the winter, get me through the holidays, you know. Uh, just some more I want to put in there, some more games I'm looking forward to buying that are on sale. You know, the sale ends, I think it's December 3rd, but yeah, man, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just checked out 100's video. You know what I'm saying? 100's gonna be having his show tonight. Xbox Has No Games. Go check him out. You know what I'm saying? Check out my man Unlimited One Productions. You know, check out his channel. You know, he calls out all the fuckery, hypocrisy out here in these Xbox gaming streets. Check him out. You know what I'm saying? Check out E-Rock. You know, he's been doing E-Rock, man. E-Rock's been playing a lot of his Series X, showing that gameplay of them good games that been coming out on the Series X, man. You know what I'm saying? He's been playing all kind of games. You know what I mean? So, you know, you got to check it out. You know what I'm saying? Checking out how Forza Horizon 4 is looking on there. You know what I'm saying? He's just been checking out a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try to see if I can get my boy Tuck Master in here if he ain't busy. You know, I sent one to Hebot, but he might be busy. But I'm going to try to see if he can come in here, Tuck Master. You know what I mean? See if he can join us for Game Talk with Segaman. You know, but yeah, man, everything's just been you know, pretty cool over here in these streets, man. I'm enjoying my gaming. You know what I'm saying? It's just been good. It's just been good over here. You know what I mean? But what are y'all guys enjoying out there, man? Let me know in the comment sections below. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what's up. You know what I mean, who's in here, man? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? I see I got two people watching. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, guys? Do what it do. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, there's gonna be more to come. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot more to come. You gotta give these consoles a chance, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give these devs a chance to experiment. What's up, my boy Unlimited One Production? What's up, my man? What's going on, man? I know you don't work today, do you? You off today? Seeing what's going on. I know you trying to still get your Series X, man. You know what I mean? It's my man there, Unlimited One Productions. He be putting in that work. He be getting a lot of respect in the Xbox community. You know what I'm saying? Calling out all the fuckery out here. You know what I'm saying? You'll see. I think I'm gonna see if I can get Tuck Master in here. He be calling out all of it. You know what I'm saying?
How you doing, brother? How you doing?
What's up, Tuck? What's going on, my brother?
Nothing, man. Just take it easy, man. That's about all.
Yeah, hey, man, and congratulations on getting that Series X, brother.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So, hey, Tuck, man, tell everybody how you been enjoying it so far. What do you think about it, bruh? What do you think about the Series X?
I played this, y'all. It's something that it's like a dream come true. I mean, just seeing everything. I mean, I just got through downloading NBA 2K21 to the basketball game. Oh my God, you talking about unreal, man. I mean, it's like the body positioning. I mean, it's like the body positioning, everything. The players are bigger. They do what they supposed to do. Other words, it's like when you lean against somebody's body. Oh, it's doing all that and then some. So yeah, it's worth every penny. It's worth every damn penny. And I just hate to see how the NFL 2K. I mean, how the man's gonna be. I hope man is doing what it needs to do.
Yeah.
So, you know, that will be I tell. Go
Hey Chuck,
ahead.
what else you play on there, man? What else did you get into on there, man? Anything else?
I'm playing Call of Duty. The Call of Duty look amazing.
Oh man.
Call of Duty looks amazing. Um, the the Gears of War Tactics that looks
Oh, for real?
amazing. Yeah,
Oh man.
Gears of War Tactics
Nice.
look amazing.
That even looks
Um,
good on the one. That even looks good on the One X. I've been playing it in
yeah,
Game Pass, man. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, it's just a little bit sharper and everything. I mean, with the One X, you can't go wrong with the One X either. But it's just sharper, faster. It responds faster and everything.
Yeah.
Um, so I've been playing a little bit of that. I played a little bit of the the one that Take Two make not the Grand Theft
What
Auto,
what
but
what
not the Grand Theft Auto.
which you said
Um,
Take Two? Which one is it?
yeah, the one with the horse,
Uh
the one with you in the Wild West.
in the Wild
I've got
West. You ain't talking about you ain't
Red
talking
Dead,
about Red
Red
Dead
Dead
Redemption?
Redemption.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
dude, the
Yeah, that's
lighting and
Rockstar.
everything,
That's Rockstar,
dude.
bro. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it still Take Two, 'cause Take Two is their publisher. So,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and
but
how's that look on there? I bet you
oh
that's
man,
fire, huh?
oh man, that's
That's
fire,
fire.
man. The lighting and all that stuff sensational on the whole doggone machine. I mean,
Oh man.
it's well worth
Sweet.
it. I've
Sweet.
had no problem with loading time. Haven't had no problem with heat at all.
Ah, for real? That's awesome. Not like the PlayStation 5, man.
No, no,
Hey
not
man,
like the PlayStation 5. So,
they're in trouble, man. They're doomed, man. I hate to say it, man, but it ain't looking good for them, man.
so what's the latest you heard on them though?
Well, I'm hearing. Did you hear about the thing about that dude from Digital Foundry damage controlling Assassin's Creed Valhalla? He's up for damage controlling that, man.
Yeah,
He
I
did
heard
a
about that.
comparison. Yeah, he did a comparison. You know what I'm saying? Now you know the PlayStation. Those guys. They had the ones that made Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They had the dev kits a lot longer. You know what I'm saying? So they have more time to utilize the game. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
And
I mean, all they got to do is just do a patch on it, and that's it. And then once they do that, that'd
yeah,
be done. So,
and
I mean,
you
so
know
what
what
is it?
well, they're saying, I can forget the guy's name, but he's like he's damage controlling. You know what I mean? Now when I looked at the video, now I'm gonna just say this: they both, in my opinion, they both look good. They both look pretty good to me on both systems. But Sony pays them. You know what I'm saying? To just try to find every little milk and cranny wrong about these next gen systems. And I told you that was coming, man.
Right.
I knew that was coming. You know what I mean? But
But
yeah, you have a couple people in here. Did you play Dirt 5? Did you play that?
I haven't played it yet.
You didn't play it yet?
Mm-mm.
I heard that looks really good, man. You know what I'm saying? I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy it right now and then just keep it until I get my Series X. You know what I mean? I might play it on my One X though, because I'm in the racing games. So I might play it on my
Oh
One
yeah,
X.
you
You
can
know what
play
I'm
on your
saying?
One X and just play
Yeah.
it when the game come out. When you get your XS, just
Yeah.
try. It just be a little bit more better.
Yeah.
So
And
I mean,
you know, people
cause
are still, they trying to damage control because it's gonna be like last gen. We have the most powerful console. It will play the better version of the multi-plats again this gen, like it did last gen on the One X. You know what I mean? These devs just need time to implement and get to know the systems and stuff like that, and it'll be all good, like they did with the One X. You know what I mean? The One X ruled last year when it came to the multi-plats. There's no debate in that. You know, for one, Red Dead Redemption looked way better on the One X than the PlayStation 5. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they can't
Right.
they can't damage control that. You know what I mean?
Well, another thing too, the thing about it is I don't even know why Digital Foundry should have just came out and just told the truth about the thing about we had the early edition of the dev kits
Yeah,
from Microsoft, but they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all.
yeah,
Plus, let's just be serious about the thing, okay? Sony, don't worry about the Valhalla. Don't worry about Valhalla. Y'all got, I mean, other words, y'all people, your Sony ponies out there, don't worry about Valhalla. You worry about something else. You worry about your system locking up, breaking down. You watch your storage. I mean, when you order try to download games onto your hard drive, how your hard drive is filling up faster and all that stuff. That's what y'all got to worry about. Y'all got to worry about the thing burning down and everything and all that stuff. Y'all got to worry about this thing doing a lot of other stuff besides what you worried about. Because the end of the damn day, don't even worry about what's going on with the Xbox Series X. You worry about your pitiful, break ass down piece of cake that you spent $500 for, and that you don't even got a half a cake now. You just barely even got a piece because the damn thing's not even working correctly. Now the ones who does get their work correctly, fine and dandy, but those ones who's not, hey, I hope it's the Sony ponies.
yeah, yep.
I don't want to be the casuals. I just want to be the Sony ponies. I want to be. So
Hey, and you know what, Tuck? Let's get into this, man. There's a lot of people returning the PlayStation 5, man. There's a lot of people trying to return those broken down disaster stations, man.
Well, they need to.
They're returning them, man. And yeah, Unlimited's right. I see the trolls in here. Hey, you know how it is, Unlimited? I had to put one of them time out. I think his name is Jackknife1. Some PlayStation troll. You know what I'm saying? Now, when he comes out of timeout, man, if he does it again, I have to block him. You know what I mean? But you try to shoot facts to these dumbass trolls. They try to. Now, they're always in denial.
Where's the Unlimited prediction at?
He's off today. I wanted to see if I could try to get him in, but I'm still trying to work on how I get invite and get invites. I have your I have your information. That's how I got you in. Okay. I mean, I wanted to try to invite my brother Unlimited for a little bit, but I don't know how. Hey, Tuck, is there a certain way you can do it? I can't. Wait a second. Messaging.
Let me see.
If you can, Tuck, see if you can get Unlimited in.
Okay. Okay. Wait 1 second. Let me see if I can get him in.
He can come in for a little bit, because I ain't gonna be on here long. I gotta go eat dinner soon. But I wanted to shoot the shit with you and see if I can get Hebot in here, but he's probably busy.
I know you got Hebot's number, so you got my number. Tell Unlimited to send you his number, and then that way you can turn around and give it to him like that, because that's how you just text it to him.
If he sends me his number, though, people will see it on here. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, yeah, not necessarily. Huh?
Will they see it on here? I don't want him to do that. You know what I mean?
No, just tell him to send his number on his Xbox. And you can write it down.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hey, Unlimited, brother, if you're still in here, man, if you want to come in and do the show with us, man, if you can, maybe just try to if you can send me your number on the Xbox. I think we're friends on Xbox, so I should get a notification, man. I wanted to try to see if I can get you in here, man, if you're not busy.
I mean, these trolls can still be here all they want to. I don't even, they don't even matter to me.
He said we can do it. Hey Tuck, he said we can do through Instagram. So I don't. Let me see. I don't. Hold on. I'm trying to find that though. The Instagram thing on here. I don't think I can do it from here. Let me see, man. I don't know if I have to back out and try to send it to him that way. No,
Uh,
I forgot. I forgot, man. Let me see.
no,
Cause
but
I'm on.
as far as I'm, but no, but as far as I'm concerned, man, I mean, these ponies, you know, right now they butthurt. They don't. I mean, they backwards compatibility for their games. Is that working now, or is it still not working?
I think that's not. I think that's still not working, man.
So if that's still not working, I mean, all you got is just a couple of them games, like Spider-Man Morales. All you got is those five is those games, those five, those are Xbox exclusive games. I mean, the PS5 game that's at launch. That's all you got. So how boring is that? That's boring as hell. You play Spider-Man Morales for 11 hours, or 10 hours, or 9 hours, or how many hours it is, and then once it's done, you ain't playing that no more. But then again, I know some people, probably playing, probably playing their back to compatibility games, but I haven't seen that many. I haven't seen them talk about that much of anything or of anything at all, and I mean not at all. So they got the Assassin's Keys and Morala. I mean Valhalla. Game on there, and I'm not really sure if that's working all right for them. But let's put it like this. Let's put it like this. Put it like this, say, man. I know they got more problems than we did, and that's all that matters. They got more problems than the Xbox does. Because the only thing I'm hearing about the Xbox is just the disc tray, and that's it. I haven't heard anything about no graphics. Haven't heard anything about no overheating issues. But you got these people out here doing all kind of damn damage control, all because they want to turn around and try to do clickbait. Clickbait this. Tell the truth. Tell the truth of the whole matter. That's all you got to do. I don't, we don't get into it with y'all people. You know, there's so many doggone things that we can do as a society to stop damaging, controlling a system or anything like that, y'all. I mean, just stop it. I mean, it don't make no sense. I mean, both these systems are good. One's having a little bit more problems than others now. But I mean, I haven't heard any, like I said, I haven't heard any problems with our Xbox X, Series X system yet. Maybe you might find problems later on. But right now there might be little problems, but there's little problems that Microsoft will take care of you on.
I'm back,
And
brother.
that's it. Okay, you back, okay.
Oh yeah. The reason why, man, is because you weren't timed out because you're coming in here damage controlling, man. You're talking about how the Xbox doesn't play the multiplats better, and they do. You're wrong about that. So don't come in here, faking the funk, dude. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you're talking about, man. And you can't say that the PlayStation 5 plays the multiplats better when the systems haven't even been out that long yet for you to see that. And we already know that the multiplats are going to play better on the most powerful console, which is the Xbox Series X. So stop being in denial and just you want to voice your opinion. How about with some facts? You know what I'm saying? You need to go by what happened last year. Who played the better versions of the multiplats? Most of the time, it was Xbox One X. So I don't want to hear that, man. You know what I'm saying? You guys always got to come in here on an Xbox channel, you know what I'm saying, with this dumb bullshit. You know what I mean? Go with you. I mean, if
Oh,
you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like he's saying all this stuff. I mean, you know what I mean? Go play some games, man. I'm tired of y'all coming in my comment sections with that dumb shit, man. You're in denial, just like Digital Foundry. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying that your system ain't good. It just ain't as powerful, and it can't do. It can't even do half of what the Series X can do. The Xbox One X right now is a better console to play than the PlayStation 5. It's pitiful. The PS4 is better to play right now than the PlayStation 5. The
yeah, it
PlayStation
is.
5 is in trouble. That's what I'm saying. They won't never admit anything. They won't never admit to anything. You know what I mean?
And that's sad. That's sad. That's a sad deal. I mean, y'all don't even have what you call that when you can turn around and go back and forth to games on the Xbox Series X. Quick resume.
Yeah.
Y'all don't even got that.
They don't even have no backwards. They don't have no true back compat games. They don't have true backwards compatibility. They don't even have that. What you got to say about that? Jackknife 1? You got an answer for that? Because they don't. They don't. They'd rather you buy remakes and remasters all the time instead of just letting your stuff go back compat from your old systems. You know what I'm saying? If you own the game, you should be able to do it like you can do on the Xbox, but y'all can't do that over there. They want that money from you.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want you to pay $70 for a Miles Morales DLC. You got to be dumb to pay $70 for a damn DLC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, they are dumb. I mean, come on, I mean, let's just put it like this, y'all. We got the EA, we got the EA thing, EA Play. It's on the Game Pass. Y'all can't beat that. Y'all can't beat that with a stick. You can't beat the Game Pass. Can't beat that with a stick. I know y'all want to turn around and keep on down and y'all want to keep on down and say, well, Xbox don't have any games. But if you lighten up the Xbox, people turn around and just buy an Xbox, and once you go on their store and you see all them games, oh, they do get games.
Yeah, a lot of games.
A lot of games. I mean, games that y'all can't even experience right now because y'all having problems with your system. So all you doggone Sony ponies out there, please. And that guy, what's his name? Jack. What's his name? Jack what?
His name is Jackknife 1.
Jackknife what? Jackknife 1. Just leave. Just leave. I wouldn't even hear you because whenever you turn around and come in and talk all that noise about this, the only thing that y'all can talk about, y'all can't even talk about that no more. Your first y'all used to talk about power. Y'all can't talk about power no more. Then all of a sudden now you really can't talk nothing now because you're having a problem with your system. I mean, you might not have a problem with yours, but there's a lot of people, there are other people that's having a problem with theirs.
They're breaking down. They're bricked. They're being taken back to stores. They've been calling Sony off the hook. Look, they're broken right out of the box. Remember when we had the Red Ring of Death with the 360? Remember that?
Right. Yep.
They're taking their system right out of the box and it don't work.
Yep.
That's very bad. That's very, very bad.
Very bad news for y'all. But I'm loving it because it don't make no double sense. We all are gamers here, but I mean, the only thing they can go by is that they got more PS4s out there. They got either more this out there and all that stuff. But the thing about it is, when it comes down to it, I don't give a care. You can have all the systems out there in the world, but Xbox made but Xbox made more money.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? This is the thing with these trolls, like he says, why are we getting touchy with PlayStation? Why are you in here? Why are you in here? Do you go over to PlayStation centric channels and talk like you're talking right now? We're tired of people like you. We're tired of people like you. You're in denial. You're in denial. You're saying that the multi-plats are better. How many multi-plats have you played on the Series X and the PlayStation 5? Name them for me and tell me how they're better. Then maybe we'll believe you. How many multi-plats have you played on there right now? What's he going to go do? Try to look something up on Google or something and then put it in there? You know what I'm saying? These guys are stupid, man. They're real dumb. Your system is in trouble. All right, man. Your system
Now,
is
what I
in
want
trouble.
to what I
Big
want to
time.
know is this: why how they saying that is better? How they saying that is better? I mean, because the
PlayStation.
screen tearing.
Well, it's the same thing like last gen, man. PlayStation has exclusives. They keep trying to run with the exclusive things. Exclusives don't really mean nothing anymore, dude. The multi-plats
Mm,
make more money than
yep.
exclusives.
Yeah,
So
they
you
do.
don't know what you're talking about, dude. You don't. Where's God of War right now? There ain't nobody talking about that. Where's The Last of Us right now? Ain't nobody talking about that. Only thing they're talking about is the new Spider-Man game, that DLC that you have to pay $70 for. That's the only
Yeah,
game they're talking about. You guys are
it
paying
does.
$70 for a DLC. That is the dumbest shit in the world, man. $70 for a DLC. You know what I
And they
mean?
were, and they would really make it so stupid. You only get 9 hours of gameplay.
I know, for $70? Nah, nah, nah. The
I never seen that
PlayStation
so crazy in
5,
my life.
the PlayStation 5, I've seen video on it. Miles Morales is freezing up. It's shutting off when you play Spider-Man. When you play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the screen is flip-flopping everywhere. But when you see that on the Series X, I don't see the screen flip-flopping everywhere. Everything gone digitized. I don't see none of that.
So why are they so? I mean, this. See, this is one thing I don't get about the Segaman. Why in the heck is people still talking about? You know, you know, y'all worry about your systems. Don't worry about what Xbox is doing on this
That's what I
end.
mean. That's what I mean. Why are they so worried about us? Why are they so worried about what we got over here? You know what I'm saying? And he doesn't understand, man. Microsoft is helping PlayStation, your console of choice, with Azure servers. Can we talk about that?
Yeah. Yep.
So you can get your online better. Your online is garbage, dude. Your online is garbage. And Microsoft is helping your company. They're helping your company, but they're paying Microsoft though. Your money
Yeah.
that you go towards those games goes to Microsoft Azure servers to help your console of choice out with their online gaming.
That's
PlayStation
right.
cannot match Xbox. They cannot match Xbox, and they
Mm-mm.
definitely can't match Xbox Microsoft's pockets. They can't.
No.
They'll
No.
never be able to do that. You know what I
Nah.
mean?
But you
You
get. But
guys
you
need
getting
help,
them.
right?
Yeah.
Tuck?
They need big time help. If Microsoft decided to go ahead and just say, okay, you know what, if y'all piss us off and everything and all that stuff, if they decide to go ahead and say, okay, you know what, we don't know want you no longer on our servers, all they gotta do is hit the plug and you be off the servers.
Yep.
So
Yep.
just be glad that Microsoft at least helping you out. Just be glad that at least helping you out, y'all. But y'all don't get it. I understand that Microsoft's making money off of them, but the thing about it is, I
What's
wish
up,
they wouldn't have
Emmanuel
helped them.
A1? I know. I wish they wouldn't have helped. I wish they wouldn't have helped them either. You know what I'm saying? And you know what, Tuck? These trolls out here are causing more damage to Sony as a company by coming out here with all this toxicity, man. They're causing a lot of trouble with that stuff too. They don't understand that, man. They don't understand that. You know what I mean?
I
They
mean,
just
I
go
want
ahead.
you to understand. I want you to understand. Microsoft is doing this just to keep the competition there. Okay. I mean, they don't have to do this at all. But
We got our boy
you know,
Hebot in here. What up, Hebot?
but they have helped a lot of companies. They have helped
Heboticus.
Apple. They have helped Apple. They have helped a lot of people in the industry survive, and they still get crapped on. I get tired of that. They helped out Apple a couple years. I mean, a while back. They helped out Sony with the servers and all that stuff. They helped out the people who made Cuphead. They screwed them over. They helped the
Mm-hmm.
people who made. They helped the people who made what's the name of that game? With the robots and the humans. What's the name of that
Oh,
game?
I
That
can't remember
that
the name of that game. I can't remember the name. Isn't the girl's name Alloy or some shit like that? I can't remember
no
the
no
name.
no
No,
no. I'm
he's
talking.
talking about Titanfall.
They had to make Titanfall,
Oh,
and
Titanfall. Okay,
they got
yeah.
screwed on that.
With
So how
Respawn.
many times do Microsoft have to get screwed? How many times do Microsoft have to try to help people, and then they just get shitted on?
Yeah.
I just get tired of that. I mean, I'm hearing that. I'm hearing that. Now. The people just always want to complain. They
Yeah.
complain about Scalebound not coming out. Man, dude, they couldn't come out with the damn game because the people was taking their money. It was using it for something else.
Yep. Yeah.
They wasn't making the game the way it needed to be
They was
made.
robbing them.
They was
Robbing them,
robbing
man.
them. And that was supposed to be their main issue, bringing out that damn game because they gave them a lot of money. But no, they was over there doing other things.
Yep.
But instead of them coming out straight out saying that it wasn't Microsoft's fault, no, they almost waited like 6-7 months later. Then all of a sudden it wasn't Microsoft's fault. They should have said it was our fault right then off the bat. But people don't know how to do that no more. They got so much loyalty, they got so much doggone pride, but they still bullshit. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I just get so tired of it. I mean, Microsoft don't get a break for nothing. But we're gonna get a break this generation because one thing about it, this system is more powerful because they can't talk about that no more. They can't talk about nothing no more, really. So
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Hey, Hebot will tell you too. I'm pretty sure he's seen it. Did you see the comparison Hebot with Assassin's Creed Valhalla and what that Letterman dude was saying?
First of all, what's up, my brothers?
What's up?
With Segaman
He
Game Talk.
How you
Heboticus?
doing,
What's up?
Heboticus
What's
in the house.
Body Kids? Hello, Tucky Tuck. And hello to my wonderful people in the comment section.
What's up,
Uh,
Switch Player? Emmanuel? I was saying, what's
yeah,
up to Switch
everyone.
Player? Emmanuel?
You
Unlimited?
know, look, is doing the same thing he always does in the car. This is my home right here.
What up, homie? What up?
Every
What's up,
time,
bro?
this is my second home. What's going on, brothers? Nice to be here for at least a little bit. Sorry I didn't come in a lot sooner. I'm taking care of my daughters. That's priority numero uno right now. So
Of
anyway,
course.
you know how it is, guys. What was the topic? What's going on about? You're asking me
Well,
about the comparison?
well,
Yeah.
before you answer that, Hebot, I would like you to answer this guy in the comment section. His name is Jackknife Man. I just put his comment up, man. You see what it says?
I mean, Jackknife. I don't know what you mean by competition with games because, to be honest, Xbox games are far superior than anything Sony has brought out. Sony makes one-sided, one-palette type of games, which are story-driven narrative games. That's it. Meanwhile, Microsoft gives you all types of games. They give you story narrative. They gave you co-op campaign games, games with multiplayer, games that are procedurally generated, RTSs, RPGs. They give you everything. I mean, anything that Sony gives you outside their same palette is basically Japanese handouts, like Berserk, like Fist of the North Star, Judgment. All them games are not paid by Sony. Those games are actually given out for free by Japanese developers and put it on the PlayStation platform, which they also do in a lot of cases on the Nintendo platform, just because they're Japanese consoles, because they act like only Japanese people buy and support those games on those consoles. And because a lot of times the PlayStation and the Nintendo always outsell Xbox in places like Japan. But still, that's not an excuse because they have a thing called the digital store, which there's no risk whatsoever. It's called putting your game there and you make the full on profit and only pay Microsoft a certain percentage whenever people buy them. You don't have to pay for shipment. You don't have to pay for retail boxes, shelf space. You don't have to pay no inventory space, nothing. You just put it digitally, add it on, and if people want to buy it, boom, they can buy it. That's it. No risk at all whatsoever to the developer. Same thing like Game Pass. They put it on Game Pass. They make an agreement. Microsoft pays them up front a nice amount of money. Then anything they make after that, they split the profits, and also they have no risk. So it's a win-win. So for me, when Japanese developers when when Japanese developers put games or any developer game only on set platforms now, that's just them being biased. They straight up being biased. There's no excuses because you have different options, even as a developer, to put your game on every console without no risk. Especially when they put it on places like Steam. That in Steam, PlayStation, most PC guys don't buy nothing until it's on a super duper sale where you get 400 games for $2. That's how they buy their games. Okay. So you ain't making no money on Steam, but you can put it on Steam or on or any type of store on PC. Believe me, you can put it on Xbox. They give themselves away just by their actions. Okay, so
Yeah,
no,
they
I
do.
don't. I don't see what you mean by great games because Quantum Break, Recore, Sunset Overdrive, and games like Gears of War and Halo and Dead Rising and Rise of the Rome. Those are all great, fantastic games that are amazing, that a lot of people didn't even give the time of day because they were too worried about resolution, 900p versus 1080p. Yet the games were phenomenal in every way. So again, I don't understand the question. Like you probably feel that PlayStation gives you the greatest games because that's probably the only platform you play on or the only console you play on. So you're the one that's limited yourself to only a certain space around your surroundings. You're the one that's limited yourself from not experiencing other types of games and venues on other consoles.
Yep.
You said you said
Said,
all in a
yep.
handful.
Right,
Yes,
right.
he did. Yeah, he did. Yes, he
Mm-hmm.
did. That's what I mean. They try to come in here with that, and then when Hebot gives them that work, you know,
Mm-hmm.
they don't know what to say about that. You know what I
Well, I
mean?
mean, it's an asinine statement, especially when they claim that they play great games because they're gamers, but yet they're saying that the only place giving you great games is PlayStation. By default, the comment by itself, it's an asinine comment because you're giving yourself away, exposing yourself, saying you're a gamer, but saying that only PlayStation give you great games. When anybody that's a real gamer knows PlayStation games are one dimensional. They have one palette. That's it. They follow the same formula. They're not different, they're not diverse, and they're not really about gameplay. They're more about cinematics and movie style because they're a movie company first before a video game company. They always have been.
Exactly.
You
They all.
understand?
Yep.
So
Exactly.
they've always have been. That's always how they presented their games with that vertical slice since the Final Fantasy days with Square Enix. Oh, look at this game. And people were like, oh my God, that shit looks incredible. And then when they play the game, like, why does it look like this? It was nowhere near indicative of what the game looked like. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
This has been their ongoing thing since PS1, so there's nothing new. Anyway, let's move it along because I don't like wasting my time with with stupid questions anyway. But
Right
um,
on, brother. Right on. What do you think, Hebot, about the Digital Foundry review of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Xbox Series X versus PlayStation 5? Do
Well,
you
I,
think about that?
well, I think it's like every review that they try to do, they're very irresponsible, especially when it comes with Xbox. When it comes to Xbox, they make sure they either compare it to a PC, right? When the console's on a PC, they did that with OG with the Xbox One all last gen and in the Xbox One X. And then when it comes to comparing multiplats that are only on consoles, like right now at the moment, they'll compare it and just give you the details that they want you to give you, like saying, well, I prefer the PlayStation version because it's got a lower frame rate, I mean, lower resolution, but it has steadier frame rate, and I prefer the steadier frame rate. When they were doing comparisons in the beginning of last gen with Witcher 3, for example, or even Assassin's Creed Unity, the Xbox One version had better frame rates and was at a lower resolution. And all they kept doing was harassing Ubisoft, for example, or Ubisoft, asking them, well, why is this? And even CD Projekt Red, why is this? Are you going to get to the bottom of this? Is this an error? You have to fix this. When are you going to do the patches? Because the power of the PS4 is way more powerful than the Xbox One, which we all know that's a lie. Um, and that's the way they were wording it. And they kept doing it until boom, they did these patches and messed up the Xbox version to the point where it was unfixable, and only the PS4 version was the one that was actually comparable because they wanted to make sure that they kept, everybody happy in the PlayStation side since it was the leading platform. And this by this saying happy, I mean developers. You understand? And Digital Foundry was known for harassing them. Are you going to fix this? This is unacceptable. This can't be. What is the problem here? Something just not right. So now, instead of them doing that type of uh, uh okay, instead of doing that type of comparison with logic, talking about, well, you got to take into consideration that if it's a lower frame rate, resolution, obviously you're gonna have better frame rate, but it's got a caveat. So if you prefer the better presentation, like higher resolution and textures, then you're obviously going to get some dips here and there on the frame rate and performance. But it all depends on your taste. You understand? They don't say things in that nature. You know what I mean? They make it seem like it's a bad thing when it's on Xbox, but when it's on PlayStation, like for example, when they reviewed, Horizon Zero Dawn, and when they reviewed, Days Gone, when those games were dipping like crazy, or even Bloodborne, oh my God, they dip. It could get in the way, but thank God that it's not so bad that it takes the experience away from the game, or that it doesn't bother you. Could still enjoy the game even though it has dips, and even though it's not maybe at the highest resolution. Like they always make sure they use logic. They do it with the Nintendo Switch too, with all their games. Oh, it's amazing. It doesn't matter if it's at 420p as long as it looks great. The graphics look beautiful. It still
Yeah.
looks gorgeous. It still keeps the essence of Nintendo's games like Mario and Breath of the Wild. Who cares if Breath of the Wild has a world that's completely dead with no NPCs whatsoever? Only one or two periodically because it's Nintendo. You know what I'm trying to say? They
Yeah.
speak with logic when it's in favor of their preferred platform or console. Like then afterwards, Rich Ledbetter is not so much, or John Letterman rather. Rich Ledbetter is the one that's kind of like more. He's more honest. John he's a Sony dick rider. Like he's been known. He's the one who said in Reddit before under his alias that he really hates that Microsoft even got in the gaming scene. That he don't know why they even came on gaming scene. When a person feels that way about a company, obviously that tells you they have a bias, and people seem to forget that, right? They
Yeah.
forgot that he was the one who made that statement not long, a few years back, right? Right on Reddit, right? Or right on NeoGAF, whatever the fuck it was. So Rich is like, listen, I don't think it's an Xbox issue. I think it's a Ubisoft issue because the dev kits that Microsoft had for the Xbox Series X, the problem was they had a lot of NDAs, meaning non-disclosure agreements, right? That's what NDA means, right? And
Yeah.
basically, their NDAs was that their dev kits were not up to date with all the things that and the features that it's supposed to have for the hardware itself because they were under NDA with AMD, meaning they didn't have to finalize okay that it was going to be full RDNA 2, for example. They didn't have the finalized certification that it was going to be full on DirectX Ultimate, DirectX 12 Ultimate. You understand what I'm saying? all those things have to be certified and have to be, finalized in order for them to implement them with newer, updated SDKs and then give it to developers. And from what I understand, what was said by an inside developer on Twitter himself, I have the photos. I can send them to you. That said, I forget his name. He said that the word was that they didn't give out the full-on dev kits to most of the developers until late June of this year. And then, obviously with COVID. So, you figure late June and the console came out now, it's only about a 5, maybe 4 month window. Then you got COVID in place. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that is very indicative of why you couldn't get right better, get in better into the hardware silicone of the Series X because they had dated dev kits. They didn't have the newer ones. So in order for you to use the new ones, you have to learn it. It's a process. It's brand new hardware that you got to learn to utilize and implement your games on. So that's why another reason in which there's these discrepancies like these dips that are going on. But if you look at the visual textures, they're way higher on Xbox Series X than PS5. So that's another reason the game is pushing out better textures and a more native resolution because Ubisoft said it themselves. It was native on the Xbox Series X and dynamic on the PS5. You understand?
Yeah.
So that explains to you right there that the game is pushing a lot harder on the hardware on the Series X. So you can't compare it if you're going to compare it to the PS5 when it's running at a dynamic resolution, for example, or it's running at lower textures. There's a reason why. And then the thing that gets me the most upset is, yeah, exactly. Emmanuel A1, he hit it right on the button. They did a wonderful digital Foundry, did a wonderful little retro review of Crisis Remastered, and literally had the audacity to say that Crisis Remastered was better on the Switch because of performance when the game looked like complete dog doo.
That's
You
ridiculous.
needed like 18 pairs of glasses just to see the game clearly.
Ridiculous, man.
It looked horrible. And he's right. He's 100%
I've
right.
seen
He's
that.
absolutely right.
It did look
I
horrible.
saw that. It looked horrible. But, they gave it a pass, obviously, because it's Nintendo, and obviously because it's PlayStation. So all we ask as Xbox fans is if you're going to do that type of comparison, be fair, be logical, the same way you're logical with PlayStation and Nintendo, where you say things like, although it may be a lower resolution, the game still looks gorgeous. It's absolutely stunning. With Xbox was Quantum Break fails because it's supposed to be 1080p. This was what Remedy said, and yet all the assets in the game are in 720p. Unacceptable. The game looks horrid. You see what I'm trying to say? This is the kind of fuckery. This is the kind of fuckery Chuck and Segaman that they do. This is the type of fuckery they've been doing for years since they started doing actual talking video. Because the last generation 360, all they did was comparison videos showing frame rates, and they wouldn't even talk. You understand?
Yeah.
They wouldn't say anything. But once they started doing the talking videos, and if you notice and you look at their videos, especially when they're Sony related, they say sponsored by as soon as the video starts. That means Sony pays them for those videos. They were created by Eurogamer, which the main guy that owns Eurogamer is an affiliate that good friends with one of the higher ups at Sony. So these guys get incentive from them all the time. They're in cahoots. They're like close to them. You really think they're gonna downplay the PS5 even though they know damn right? They're gonna keep doing damn well that it's not as powerful or as efficient. They're gonna keep playing it off until they can't do it no more because the evidence is just too evident. Like when the Xbox Series X, they start tapping into the full power and potential, and then the disparity is gonna be night and day. That's when they're not gonna have a choice but to just say, yeah, it's the best version, it's hands down, this and that. But then the answer for them is gonna be, but still, if you own a PS5, you're getting a very comparable version. You're not gonna feel like you're missing out, and you're not gonna feel like you're left out. That's exactly what they're gonna say. Trust me, what I'm telling you. Trust me. I said it.
Yeah.
Months and years ago that once the Xbox Series X came out, they were still going to find little stupid ways to downplay it and act like PS5 is better. I said this, and that's exactly what they're doing already. They're not talking about the PS5 is burning out on people, crashing. The games are all
No.
like the Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, doing some horrible breakups and having horrible, in-game glitches and all that shit. No, they're not talking about that. But they want to sit there and talk about how great the console is over the Xbox and that something's not right. This is a shame. It's not about power. It's about games and how you utilize the hardware and all this other horse malarkey. Really is what it is. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Um, so because if that's the case, then they would never say that PC is superior. You see what I'm saying? That's how they contradict themselves. If that was the
Right.
case, and then PC would never be superior, because then they would say, well, it's not about the power of the hardware. It's the execution of the game and the developers in each set, platform, or console. You see what I'm trying to say? That's how you know they're full of shit. Because when it comes to PC, oh no, it's farther and superior. It's the best place to play. But when it's between Xbox and PlayStation, if Xbox has the edge, no, PlayStation is the best place to play. You get what I'm trying to say? That's how
Yeah.
they are. They're always doing it. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, the dirt. Okay, jackknife. The Series X Dirt 5. That was a comparison between the 120 frames version versus the one that was in visual performance. Obviously, the textures were lower. They said that. That's obviously the sacrifice. Obviously, if you're running the game in 120, it's going to be lower textures, and that's how they did it on the Xbox Series X. Obviously, that comparison is stupid. If they would have ran both
Yeah.
versions, if they would have ran the same version of both games, then it would have had the same fidelity, if not higher, on the Series X. I'm almost 1,000% sure. How come is it? Okay, let me tell you something, jackknife. How come is it that all the Xbox Series X games that are from Xbox, the actual exclusives, are blowing everything else out of the water when they're internal IPs?
Yep.
Because they've had the SDKs since day one. They work internally and they're in house. They're closer to each other, so they can help each other a lot easier than multi-plat developers. Okay, that's the reason why. So you can't give me the horse malarkey that the Series X is running Gears of War 5 at ultra high setting with even features that are not on PC and even 120 frames in the multiplayer, 60 frames ultra high 4K on the campaign, and that the console's not able to run Valhalla when that has open world sections as well, or that it can't run, or running in the whole Master Chief Collection at 120 frames in 4K. Like, come on, man! Like, we got to stop the stupidity and the absurdity. All right, we have to stop that. Okay, is that at the end of the day, as time goes on, when the PlayStation 5, they start bringing more demanding games, especially with the fact that it's very refresh rate. There's not actual capped refresh rates, like, that are locked, and they're actually variable. When they have to face those types of hurdles developing with developers, a lot of them have said it already, and the Series X is a more formidable piece of hardware, which it is. We're gonna see. You're gonna, remember 326 megabytes of bandwidth speed versus 227, 56 CUs versus 32 CUs of computation, huh? 12 teraflops versus 9.3. That if you peak it at 10.1 or 2, if you're peaking it, which that's not real, the raw power is 9.3 or 9.6, whatever the fuck it is. We gotta stop the lunacy. The lunacy is beyond funny right now. It's comical. Like, you people just use anything and run with it as long as it's in
Damage
favor of
control.
PlayStation. That's all it is. No, not even. It's not even damage controlling Segaman, because they know it's not, but they'll run with it because they know it works in their favor. And Digital Foundry, we know, is not in favor of Xbox. They never have been. It never
Nope.
happened.
No, they never have been. And the only thing about it is and this is the thing about it is the second man, and this is what I'm just trying to tell these damn Sony ponies.
Yeah.
Okay, worried about your console. Your console is the one that's having all kind of issues right now. I'm not saying that every console is having issues, but they're having more issues than Xbox. The Xbox is right now.
Chuck, it's like when they did the backwards compat, right? Digital Foundry only showed the backwards compat of games that actually worked good or that worked okay without
Right.
problems, right?
Right. Right.
Meanwhile, you have other outlets, right? Other YouTube influencers that are not Digital Foundry that did backwards compat on the PS5 with a bunch of other games, and the games were running horrible. A lot of them, a big
Yeah,
majority of them are running like shit, and they don't work right. But Digital Foundry didn't point that out. Okay, the same
right.
way that the DualSense controller is breaking down on people and it's getting defective, and they're not reporting that. The same way they're not reporting all the problems they're having with Spider-Man, or all the problems that is breaking consoles, and that consoles are starting to burn out where they don't even turn back on. They're not
Yeah,
reporting none
they're
of it.
not
All they're
talking about
reporting is
that at all.
all they're trying to report is, oh yeah, by the way, look at the advantages here. Like, come on, they try to say that the ray tracing in Watch Dogs was far superior. I mean, in Spider-Man, Miles Morales was superior than the Watch Dogs, or that it was the first game with real ray tracing, but it was actually Watch Dogs. You see
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
lord,
And I'm like, come
man.
on, man, stop being fucking dumb. Like, anybody that pays attention to that is just playing stupid or is trying to act stupid. One or the other.
Yeah,
Okay? And remember, it's what I said. I'm not calling people stupid. I said either you're stupid by choice or you want to act stupid. Okay? You know what I mean? Well, we're
Yeah,
gonna know.
yeah.
We're gonna know for sure as time goes further on and they start utilizing the full potential and power of the Xbox Series X. And I guarantee you, like I said, when the Xbox games start blowing everything out of the water, I mean everything from multi-plats to indies, exclusives, as far as performance, visual, everything. And that's when they'll be like, oh well, the PlayStation 5 is still a great comparable console. You still got great games, so you're good. You really don't have to feel like you're missing out or like you're at a disadvantage. It's going to be all kinds of a logic that they should have used with the Xbox One as well. It
yeah,
didn't
Yeah.
matter if the Xbox One games weren't all 1080p, right? For multi-plat. It didn't matter that the Xbox One didn't have only story-driven games. What mattered was that it was offering you a completely opposite experience versus PlayStation. And that's how it should have been looked at by everyone. Everyone in the media, the YouTube industry, the influencers, everyone. It didn't matter. Sony was its own entity, Xbox was its own entity, and Nintendo was its own entity. You see what I'm saying? Nobody
Oh
cares
yeah.
when Nintendo and Sony does their own thing. It's when Xbox does something, it's trash. Because they're the threat. They know they can't take Xbox out. They're not. They know it. Xbox ain't going nowhere, and that pisses them. It pisses them off because they want only their babies to be there, and that's
Yeah.
shallow-minded. That's ignorant.
Yeah, you got
uh,
that right. That's how
let
they
me.
want. I mean,
That's
yeah.
right. Let me answer Jackknife's question a couple questions back. I do own PlayStation consoles, my man. I own a PlayStation 2. I own a
Who the hell?
PlayStation 2
Who the hell
Slim.
said you didn't own PlayStation consoles? I said Xbox console. You probably never owned an Xbox console, and you're just talking because you've only been a PlayStation fan.
There, there's the comment. Check out the comment. Well, that means I don't own a play. Man, I have a lot. I have the old school PlayStations,
Dude, I
brother.
have every
You must
PlayStation
not know my
console. What are
channel.
you talking about? You see what I'm talking about? The difference between you
Yeah,
PlayStation fans that are extremists is that you only play PlayStation. Real gamers have a brand of choice and they play any console that they like games on. Okay? I have every PlayStation console since it began, from the first one to the one now. PlayStation
yeah,
4, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, 1, and obviously somewhere down the road, if I see something I like, on the PS5. Because I play the games. I don't play the consoles. Now, I am an Xbox fan because Microsoft is consumer friendly and cares about gaming and its fan base. And they
right,
also give me great experiences in games also. So it's a
right.
win-win. So that is why it's my preferred console of choice. Not forgetting that I transitioned from Microsoft to Microsoft from Sega, because
Yep,
Sega, for me, was an
me
extension
and you
of
both.
Microsoft, especially during the OG era. Okay, so you come here and you say that. Yet we're the ones with the consoles, all and we play all the games, and you probably only play on PlayStation. Your logo, PlayStation. You're saying you're not own all the PlayStation console. What do you have an Xbox, and what you did? You played one game, and because you played one game, you judge the whole console by one game. Is that what you did? Because I've seen a lot of dudes do that. That don't make you not even remotely near of give you the ability, or gives you or gives you the right to sit here and critique and talk about Xbox, right? when you haven't invested in the ecosystem of Xbox enough to know the difference of what it really has to offer versus PlayStation. Okay? I can talk all I want out my ass because I've invested in PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox all my life since I started gaming. With Nintendo, Odyssey, I go back to '79, brother. I've been playing on Odyssey and Atari,
That's
arcade,
right. That's
laundromats.
right.
I mean, you probably don't even know. That's probably like that kind of language to use. Probably not even. That's like reading a history book. You have no idea what that is. So again, and I said probably. Okay, again, okay, you're coming in here with comments like we don't know what we have. You can go to my PlayStation account. It's Outfell from Sky. I have every goddamn PlayStation exclusive, and I only play the exclusives because I can't play them somewhere else. That's it. Just like I play my Xbox exclusives only on Xbox because I can't play them on PlayStation or on Nintendo. Just like I play Nintendo's exclusive because I can't play them. You see? Okay, you're a PlayStation fan. That's what I'm trying to say. You're a PlayStation fan. You just said it. That means you have no right or any type of credibility to speak about Xbox because you have not invested in the Xbox ecosystem. I can take your opinion and thought process of anything Xbox seriously and take it into accountability if you actually invested in Xbox also and play their games and know their ecosystem and know their games. If you haven't, you're speaking on a one-sided mind
Right.
mentality. So I
Right.
cannot waste my time arguing with someone that does have no clue, right? Has no clue what Xbox has to offer. Your experience is limited to one console. That's it. You
Yeah,
get what I'm
and
saying?
that's right. And I'm not getting a PlayStation 4 till I'm ready to. I'm a collector, so I have all the other ones. So your question is null and void. I don't talk about PS4. If you watch my videos, I don't down nothing about PS4. My brothers can attest to that. I don't play those games, so I can't really talk about those games. I played like God of War on the PS3. I played The Last of Us on my PS3. I played all the Resistances on my PS3, and the only game that I liked on the PlayStation 3 was Resistance. I beat them all. I didn't like all the other games, so I gave it up.
Listen,
It's
listen.
just not
Let
my
me give it.
system of choice.
Let me give him an example. You know what are my favorite games I'm playing on PlayStation? A lot of Sega stuff, like Blood Will Tell. My favorite all-time favorite PlayStation series was God of War until they made him into a sissy in the new one. Okay, the original
Yeah.
God of War was my favorite game from PlayStation, which I always played because I loved the franchise. Right, I love the whole concept, the whole idea between him and carrying the ashes of his wife and his daughter that he was tricked into killing, back in that era, on his body, and that's why he's that color, the ashy color. That whole concept for me was uh, was fantastic. Good for you if you play Commodore 64. You, so you're telling me you played Commodore 64 and that's it? You never played anything else since then? That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that don't make no sense. Back then in the Commodore 64, Atari era, there was no such thing as exclusives. You played Pac-Man on Atari, on the Commodore, on the in television. Everybody had a version of
ColecoVision.
Pac-Man. ColecoVision, exactly. Everybody had a version of it. So I mean, I don't understand what's the point. I don't get your point. You played Commodore 64. I had a Commodore 64. Okay, Segaman still has a Commodore 64, and
Yeah,
he's
I have it
a
in
retro
television.
collector.
All that.
Okay, so what's I don't get the point. I don't get it. Like I'm not saying that you didn't. That's why I said if you probably don't even know what that is. Do you know what it is? What to play in an arcade, right? To play in a laundromat, to play in a pizzeria, arcade games back in the day, playing pong and all that stuff. You probably don't know what it is. Like I said. So anyway, um, like I was saying, my favorite, second favorite franchise from them was freaking Genji. I fucking adored Genji. Genji does circles around. Genji, yeah, God, that's how I know. You see, that's how I know. He's saying God of War is epic on PS4. It really isn't. It's the least best God of War game out. It took away the ability of you controlling the actual epic fucking moments. The guy is no longer enraged. His son, the capability of using his son is very limited. even though it's supposed to be one of the mechanics from the game, and you can't barely control it. All his moves feel exactly the same, even though you're supposed to level them up, and they're supposed to have different attributes and powers and perks. Okay, when you use the chaos blades, it looks stupid. The best part of that whole game was when you fought that dragon and got the tooth to get the firepower to melt down ice. That was the best part of that game. After that, the whole game was lame, bore fest. It was just climbing up, boy, get me that chain, drop it down. When you think I didn't play the game, your buddy, you came to the wrong place. Then after he climbs up, he fall down. He fell down like 16,000 times in the game. Yeah, they kept doing the same cinematic scene where he falls down. Look, when you fight Bormy in the beginning, epic fight, right? Where he slams him through the rocks and breaks his face. All that is, you don't control it. You just press a button, trigger, and it's a cutscene. It plays out like a QTE without the QTE. Shit is retarded. You don't even control it. It's fucking boring as shit. You don't control it. The only time you fight is when you're in the little areas that look like rings, like little arenas, and that's where you fight the bosses inside those little arenas and live inside of an enclosed space, and you fight them. But you still do the same thing over and over. Roll, slice, throw the axe, move backwards, roll. It's like, it's corny as hell. It is so corny. You don't fight on phoenixes no more. You don't get on different types of weapons that you use as you're playing the game. Like the first one had 3 QTEs. You controlled the cinematics. You got in different mechanics of gameplay as you played along. You had a top-down view, side-scrolling view, a three-dimensional back camera view. So much more gameplay and diversity in the originals. These are this one's garbage. It was just lame. It felt just like it did when I played Horizon. It felt just like it did when I played Days Gone. Boring, same formula. Trying to be an open world game with the illusion of levels, and the levels just look pretty, but nothing really going on. Then when you fight some bosses, they try to do like fucking Dark Souls, where you have to be super leveled up in order to come back and kill certain creatures, even though the creatures don't do anything like the same. They have the same pattern. Like, you fought like the trolls like 40 times in the game. The same troll, and then they just have like different colors, or like would have a different like pair of clothing or something, but it would be the same troll. You find them like 30 times in the fucking game. The Valkyries, those Valkyrie segments, corny as hell. Also, 12 Valkyrie segments, the same Valkyrie, you just fight her in 12 different times, and she would do like little minimal different things. So again, if you think I didn't play the game, I just showed to you that I played the game. Okay, trust me, the game is trash compared to the original series. Even MWO Prime could attest for me. Yeah. He could attest. MWO Prime played God of War. He returned it too. So this shit corny. Then he's always like he's soft. He's like, like he's not Kratos no more. He acts like an old man that's scared to be tough and want to tell his son, no, don't do this, don't do that. Like if what he's doing wasn't validated by being tricked by gods. What he did in his rage wasn't him being immature. He did the right thing because they tricked him to kill his family. It had every validation. It had every pronounced value to it. It had a value. There was a sense of value. In this one, he had a kid that's supposed to be the son of a giant, which was his ex-wife that died. She's supposed to be a giant, one of the giants, and then he ends up being Loki, which is the son of fucking Thor, and Thor comes back at the end of the game. That's supposed to be the big surprise to try to true. So when Thor and Loki were brothers to begin with, like what the fuck you talk about? They were just from different mothers, from the same father. So that means Kratos is now, or some shit like that, right? So that means Kratos is his father too. Like what kind of dumb shit is that? Was some dumb shit. I was like, oh, this is fucking stupid. I ain't dealing with this shit. They couldn't even do their own story. They took an existing story of mythos, right, of that era of Norse mythology, and bastardized it. The same way they tried to do, they basically did with the Egyptians, right, with the Egyptian era, in that timeline with the gods, or with the pharaohs or whatever. It's the same shit. They couldn't even create their own original story. Okay, their own. So I'm not done playing shit. That's a fact. God of War is boring and it's corny and it's nothing compared to the original series. There was nothing better graphics. Yeah, absolutely. They had some cool epic fight scenes, absolutely. But the problem was you couldn't control them half the time. And the one that was really the one that you had the best control over and that was the best experience was when you fought the dragon that gave you the fire tooth to melt the ice. That's a fact. Yes, that's not a lie. That's an absolute fact. You know what I mean? So again, I'm not downplaying anything. I'm telling you how it is. I can tell you why I don't like a game on PlayStation. You're over here saying Xbox games are garbage, and I guarantee you, you can't even tell us why a game is garbage on Xbox. That's the real question. Tell me why an Xbox game is garbage, and they're not great. And I bet you, I guess I know what you're going to say. I know exactly what you're going to say before you're going to say it. You're going to say Metacritic, right? Metacritic scores, that's what you're going to say? Or you're going to say because they got the game award for the Jeff Keighley award that's won by Jeff Keighley, where he is nobody important in the industry. He's just an influencer that has connections. He's the one who pays for it, and his whole board are a bunch of ponies and Nintendo-centric people in his boards that pick and elect the games. What the hell are you going to tell me? Is that what you're going to tell me? Exactly, it's not worth it. Exactly, it really is, and I'm just trying to tell him and explain it to him because they don't listen. They want to talk, they don't listen. He said Xbox don't got great games like PlayStation. Yeah, he can't say why the games on Xbox are not great. I'm explaining to him why God of War is garbage compared to the original, and I'm downplaying it. Thank you very much. I rest my case. I rest my case.
You can tell you don't play no Xbox.
I rest my case. There's nothing else to be said because if I keep talking, I'll be the only one talking the whole podcast.
Yeah.
I rest my case.
Yeah, man. Dude. You need to just stop right while you can, man. You need to just stop while you can, man. You're not gonna win this battle at all. You need to come with your A game when you come in here. You know what I mean? He's saying he played the. What did he say? He played the Commodore 64.
Yeah. LOL. Like, okay, you don't act like a person that played Commodore 64. That's for sure. Anybody that's a root gamer from our era is not that shallow-minded. You see what I'm trying to say? He might have played it when he was older, and it was an older console he played. Maybe we don't know that. We don't know him. That's the whole point.
Right.
We lived it. We went through every single console generation since gaming started. You see what I'm saying, Sega Man? That's the difference. Yeah. Me, you, Tuckmaster, Segaman, Sega Forever, E-Rock, we were there. We were there since gaming started. We were there for every console launch. We played all the games. We bought the consoles. We were there. We're not talking about people that play games now and then, I tried out the Commodore 64. Okay, whoopee. You want a cookie?
Yeah.
First thing that people don't ever bring up is that there was no exclusives back then with Atari, ColecoVision, Intellivision. Nobody had exclusives. It was all just the same games, just different versions of those games for set consoles. And if they had a little exclusivity, it was only because the games they ran on them, since the console maybe have more power, a little bit more power. They were only able to run it on only some of those consoles because they had a little bit more power. That's why they were exclusive. But there was no such thing as exclusive back then. Everything was on everything with their different versions. If you had a Pac-Man version in television, you had one on Commodore. It just looked different or it played a little different. That's it. But it was the same game, same concept.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how you know that when people are frauds, dude. You said you wanted Xbox. You said, when I say Xbox games, you said I want Xbox games to be great like PlayStation games. By default, that's exactly what you mean. What do you think, that we're stupid here? We can't read between the lines? What the hell do you think that comment means? What does that mean? That comment means that you're saying Xbox games are not great. Exactly. You just said it.
It feels that way to me too.
Like, what the fuck else? How else am I supposed to get that and read that? How else am I supposed to read that? In what way, shape, or form? Like, it's the same way when I see people saying Sackboy is amazing, the new one, right? Made by Sumo Digital, the same people did Crackdown 3. Meanwhile, Crackdown 3 was garbage. Meanwhile, Super Lucky Sales was garbage. Meanwhile, Ori or Cuphead was garbage. But Sackboy, the new game by Sumo Digital, the same people who did Crackdown 3, right? Because I know these dum-dums don't know. Those games are amazing now. But yet, Crackdown 3 was corny. And they never touched the fucking
fantastic game.
Exactly. That's my point. That's why I don't listen to these people. They give themselves away. The more you talk, the more you give yourself away. Don't even, just be quiet, enjoy the show, or not leave and do whatever the hell you want. Don't talk because you're exposing yourself every time you say something.
Yeah, and another
I
thing
can't.
I want to know, I just want to know one thing he bought. Why is he here?
I don't know. I don't know because he
I
wants
mean,
to
I don't
bother.
understand why he's here.
The whole point to bother or to take notes to go take to people that probably don't like Xbox and oh look, these guys are talking about Xbox being better than PlayStation. Look at these nutbags. Because that's what they do. They have like that mentality. They're crazy like that.
Yeah,
They're crazy like that.
that's
They
right.
do shit like that. They come on people's
Yeah,
podcasts. They go to like other people's podcasts that are like more PlayStation centric or more neutral for that matter. That they always trying to give everybody credit, even though not everybody deserves credit, and that's just the fact. And they'll be like, "Oh, look at these guys. They're downplaying PlayStation 5. They're crazy. They got the amazing Spider-Man Miles Morales story DLC that's only 5 hours, and it's a fucking cross-gen game that I don't need a PS5 to play with in the first place." You see what I'm trying to say?
yeah,
And if I want any of the enhancements, I gotta go buy the bigger version to get that Spider-Man PS4 enhanced. You know what I mean? Like, they don't, PlayStation fans get, in my opinion, they get what they deserve. I don't feel sorry for them. They get what they deserve. They really do.
okay, you still have a Commodore 64 and
Okay,
Atari. All right, so
great.
what are you
So
trying?
why
Why
are
are
you
you here,
arguing?
man? What are you saying?
Then no, then why would you be arguing the fact that Microsoft has no great games? If you were really a gamer from back in that era, okay, you would know that in that era things were done right, not the way Sony does things. Things were done with dignity and pride and integrity.
Yep,
Sony don't do things with dignity, pride, and integrity. They
anti-consumer.
mudslay, they mudslay, they're anti-consumer, and they push themselves into the industry because they have big pockets when Sega and Nintendo didn't. Okay? And if you're a real gamer from that era, since you're saying you play and still own them, then you would know this. We wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Okay?
Exactly.
So either
Exactly.
you are not from that damn era, or you bought those game consoles later on in your life and you're a lot younger. One or the other. I don't know what it is, okay, because I don't know you, but it's either one or the other. Okay? Don't come with that horse malarkey over here. Trust me. Anyway, continue with the yeah, I saw the Assassin's Creed shit from Digital Foundry, and all I can say is basically, John Lennon and Rich Ledbetter, he basically said even when he put it on another TV, he got better
Yeah,
performance. So he was getting screen
yeah,
tearing because he was playing on a TV that wasn't capable or that did not support the features of the Series X. Because that's another thing. A lot of people are playing these consoles in devices that don't support all the features that the console has to offer. So therefore, they're experiencing different issues, and they want to blame it on the console when it's not the console. If you want to play in 4K or 8K and 120 frames per second, you need certain features from different TVs. Your receiver has to support it. You understand what I'm trying to say? You have to have the right bandwidth speed for the downloads and uploads, and for the games to load up faster. You have to have the right router, the right modem. All those things take are to accountability. But all these people, a lot of them out here, they don't understand and realize that we need all that stuff. But they want to just quickly blame, oh, it's the console, it's Microsoft Live, because they don't know any better. You understand what I'm trying to say? Hello?
I'm here, brother.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah,
Go ahead, man.
I'm here. Yeah, well,
Thank
so what
you.
do you think about it, Tuck? Tuck, you there? Ebot, Tuck there?
He's there. I think he probably muted himself and went to speak to his wife or something. Because he's
Oh,
there.
okay.
I see him. I see him. So go ahead. Go ahead,
Well, yeah,
Segaman.
man. Hold on one second, Ebot. Keep talking, man. I gotta go do something. Hold on.
So it is a new host of Game Talk with Segaman. He bought here. I hope everyone's doing well today as we discuss biased issues on these gaming streets. Mr. Host himself, Segaman, had to run out real quick with an emergency. So how is everyone today? Hope we're all doing fine. I hope you guys are all blessed. Yeah. I'm not gonna even cater to his comments no more. Prime, like I try to be civil with these guys, but they expose themselves. Then they want to try to act like not. Yeah, I'm a gamer from back then. Then you have to prove it, and by your language, you're not proving it. By you saying what you're saying, you're not proving it. I know you're not proving it at all. Okay, because there's a difference between playing something very briefly and actually knowing the culture, investing in the in the gaming industry culture itself, deep in, knee deep, like knowing everything, the ins, the outs, the history, how it started, where it went, where it came from, what direction is going, how things shifted. You're not talking like that. You're just speaking. I own them. I played them. Anyone can do that. Anyone can do that. Yeah, my Valhalla game runs great too. I haven't had no issues at all. That's another thing. I haven't had no screen tearing, no stuttering. I haven't had no issues, and I'm playing the game myself, or my son rather at the time. At this moment, the point is that we have it in the household on the X, and we're actually, playing it. So yeah, you're right, Prime. I haven't had no issues either. I mean, I'm not saying that nobody else has experienced any issues, but I know the issues that they might be experiencing. I don't think are like what you call it. I don't think they're technical like the ones they're showing on PS5, where it's breaking up, where it's freezing, where it's turning into like it looks like showery frequencies on the screen, where it's turning off the console, overheating it, breaking the console. It's not those type of issues. The only issue they're probably experiencing, maybe it might be, screen tearing if they don't have like a TV that supports the right refresh rates, right? Like or VSync, right? Because they probably don't have the VSync on in case the TV doesn't support it, the refresh rates, or the HDMI is not a good HDMI, or if it's just a 2.0 cheap one that they probably got. It's a lot of things. The Xbox version 2.1 ultra fast 120 hertz refresh rate HDMI, but again, if you're playing on a cheap TV that doesn't support none of the features, it's not going to run as great. You understand? It's not going to run as efficient. You're not going to have the game running as smooth as it's supposed to, even with the latency and the performance of the actual latency on the controller with the DLI. With the direct latency input, it's not going to work as good as well, because the TV have to have also game modes in a lot of cases. And if they don't even have a game mode, that's not going to help. It's not going to help. A lot of people don't know these things, and it's a shame, because it's something hard to kind of get around, like the information to everyone, because most people have small attention spans, and they don't really look at videos of all these technical aspects of it, like on YouTube. So a lot of times it could become very tricky to give that information to everyone, to the mass market, right? To the mass people, because again, they won't look for those types of information on YouTube, right? They'll just go to the store, GameStop.
Ebot.
Yeah, hold on. I'm here.
Hey, brother. Listen, I got to get going, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to go do something. I'm going to end the podcast, but I want to thank you and, you and Tuckmaster for coming on Game Talk with me, man. I appreciate it.
Okay, would you mind if I answer Jazz Baz real quick? He asked me a real quick question.
Yep.
He's asking me, Rebot, your initial thoughts on 2020 Xbox titles. How do you feel about it? I feel that it's going to be a really overloaded year, to be honest with you, because we already know about games coming, like obviously like Bright Memory, the Gunk, right? We know that we're getting the Medium, Crossfire, possibly the Forza next year, and any other little surprises in between, like Everwild might be coming out sooner than we think, or even something like like Hellblade 2, in the works because though they have to just shift to the Unreal Engine 5, which I don't think would be a big deal because they're very comparable with each other, the engines. So I think we're gonna have a great year. I mean, even on the Sony camp, I'm pretty sure when they
Yeah,
release,
yeah, of
Horizon 2
course.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as Xbox, since we're talking about Xbox, I really think we're gonna have an overloaded year. We're gonna be like, damn, too many games, no, not enough time. We should have waited. It should have came out slower. Because that's the other thing, back catalog. We have an extensive amount of back catalog. It's ridiculous. So for me, not getting as many games this year is not that bad because I'm able to play my back catalog, like Evil Within 2. I'm playing it on Series X right now, and that game right now running on Series X is phenomenal. It's running 10 times better than what it was before. So,
Yeah.
now I can go to it and play actually in games like Troll and I, right? That were broken or Ever Since, that I bought and I couldn't play because they were broken. And now with the Xbox Series X, they play, tenfold better. So, I think we're all in for a good treat. Everyone, even and more so on Xbox, because obviously we have way more games with Game Pass and the backwards compat. But I think even on PlayStation, you're gonna have a good amount of selections, right? So that was what I wanted to tell him. Yeah.
All right, brother.
All
Thanks, man.
right. Well, thank you, man. Sorry for having to take control of your show.
No, that's all right, man. I like when you come in here and give that work, man. But we'll be back again though on the Exile podcast at 8 p.m. Guys, come and check us out over there. 8 p.m. tomorrow, Sunday. And I wanted to thank my brother Hebodicus and my other brother. That's right, the most powerful gamer.
That's
Right.
it.
And Tuckmaster, thanks for coming in. Muted man. He's all muted up.
That's all it is to it. That's all there is to
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's
But yeah,
all there is
man.
to it.
Thanks, guys. I want to give a shout out to Unlimited Productions, One NWO Prime. You know what I'm saying? It came and stopped by.
Yeah, boss. Yeah.
Geez.
What's going on,
Yeah,
brother? How
man,
you?
Emmanuel,
Doing good? Yeah, man. Just here in the
Emmanuel
hustle. You know how
A1,
it is. Just hustling my way
yes.
through.
Slick Slayer. Thanks for coming out, man. And we'll see you
Yeah.
next Saturday. All right.
Yes,
And I
sir.
want to give a
Good
shout
guy.
out to what's his name? The brother
Jazz
Jazzy
bass, right?
Jazz Bass. Thank you for coming, man, and come again and come and talk with us on Sega Game Talk with Sega, man. We appreciate all y'all coming out, man. Thanks,
Yes,
Unlimited
sir.
One.
Yes,
I
sir.
try to do my best. I'm gonna talk to Hebot in the background, see how I can get you guys in here, get my little podcast straight, so I can get Emmanuel and Unlimited in here to join us. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that
Yeah.
wants to join,
Anyone that's
come in.
down is welcome to join. That's right.
That's right. All right, man. Go ahead and do your
All
outro,
right.
Hebot.
Yeah. You can find me on YouTube on the He Bot. You can find me on Instagram on the C_respect. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Hebot, Powerful Gamer. And then you guys can find me on PlayStation, Alpha from Sky. And you can also find me here, obviously, when I'm always invited by my brother from another console, Segaman, with Segaman's Game Talk and the Exile podcast on We Got Next, which is my podcast. And
That's right. Check out We
sometimes
Got Next.
sometimes with my brother 100 and Legal over there with Direct Gaming. So, I try to be everywhere where I'm welcomed. We're all a family here.
All right, man. And you guys can always check me out on my YouTube channel, Segaman 101. Oh, and Jackknife, if you want to see my collection of PlayStation games I own, old school PlayStation, you should go to my channel first before you come on my podcast talking about stuff you don't know what you're talking about, homie.
Yeah, you can check
All
my
right?
channel too. I've done my collection of all my consoles. So
Yep. All right, brothers. Peace. Xbox for
please.
life. We don't die, we multiply. Later.
Later.